Okay, today we're going to take our completed assembly file of our Automobox car, and we are going to do two things with it. The first video, I'm going to show you how to make an exploded view, and so we're going to tweak all the components just like we did for our puzzle cubes not too long ago. And basically we're just going to pull our assembly file apart so that we can see all of the different pieces. And so I just found this one off the internet, and they did a pretty good job. There's a couple parts, like the part number 3 that's inside, that should probably be pulled out, but and sometimes the backside, like the wheels in the backside, you don't have to do those. But this is essentially what we're going to do. In the second video, I'm going to show you how to make a drawing file that looks just like this one, and so we'll basically take our tweaked presentation file, and then we're going to add a parts list, so it'll look a lot like this one. So here's the completed assembly file of my car. So you should have something pretty much like this. So what we're going to do next is we're going to open up a new file, and we want to open up a presentation file, and we're going to place a view. And if it doesn't already have your assembly file, you just click on the little file and find it. But I've already have it selected, so click OK. And now what we're going to do is we are going to disassemble this, and we're going to disassemble it just like our puzzle cube by tweaking the components. But what we would like to do is, we can see over here that the like the wheels are still kind of lined up with where they need to be. The body's kind of pulled apart so we can see all the interior parts. So we want to kind of think ahead about how we're going to pull these parts apart from each other. So what we want to do is we want to pull the front end away together and the back end away together, but we want the wheels and the axle and the tire and the everything to go with it. So when we tweak component, we're going to click on all of the parts that we want to go with it. So that includes the axle, the wheel, the tire, and we're going to do that on both sides. So now that I have everything, I'm going to pull this out, and I want to make sure I have enough room so that I can get all of the parts. So I've got a couple, remember there's 3 green connector pieces in here that all need to be pulled apart too. So that looks like it might be enough room. So I'm going to click the green OK. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull apart the tire. And so I'm going to start with the actual tire tread. Click green OK. And then I want to make sure that I have enough room. Sorry, let me get back to the right view here. Okay. Sorry, give me a second. There we go. There, that's where I want it. Okay. Sorry about that. So now I'm going to take this next piece and pull that out, and then take my axle. Oops, I didn't want my axle to go with it, so let's do that again. So pull the wheel out, click OK. Now I'll click the axle, pull that out just a little bit more, and click OK. So for all of the tweaks that we're doing, they should be able to find them. So if we find the actual piece, so here's the wheel assembly, so we can see the tweaks here. So if you moved it and you realize you need to move it a little bit farther or a little bit less, instead of going to tweak and tweaking it back, because that's going to add another line, if you just double or click here and then click at the bottom, you can change the distance that you want it from there. So I'm going to keep doing that. I'm just going to keep tweaking parts, and once you have it all taken apart, then we are going to save it as a presentation file and import that into a drawing file. So I'm gonna just keep working. I'm gonna turn the sound off and just finish taking this apart.